Hi, my name is Chris, aka Elieson, and I'm doing the Fire Emblem 13 meme, which you can find access to on Serene's Forest and a thread provided by Shadow of Chaos, and also all over Tumblr. I haven't done anything on Tumblr. I don't even have a Tumblr account, but he put it here. I watched Shadow of Chaos's video, Ray's video. I'm gonna call him Ray from here on. And ever since I saw that, I thought, hey, I should give it a try. So here I am. My username, you should all know me by now, is Elieson. I was the Protown SK for a little while, and that's entirely due to the Mafia boards on Seren's Forest. Other than that, I've been Elieson since, oh shoot, been Elieson for almost 13 years now. I blame copious amounts of Ragnarok Online for that. It has nothing to do with the religious word Elieson, which apparently means Lord have mercy, is a typo of a skill in that game. So I just view my username as a typo in real life. Lord have Mercury. It's got a lot of laughs out of people, and I think it's pretty funny, and I just learned that last year. Where am I from? I'm from New Jersey. I lived there for 14 years. I moved to upstate New York for 4, and I've lived in Texas ever since I graduated high school. It's been 8 years. I'm 26 now. My name is Chris Offner. You can find it on my email, CHROFFNER. It's not that difficult. So my name is Christopher Offner. My nickname is Chris O, because it kind of rolls off the tongue. And I've been Chris O at the restaurant I've managed for 7 years now, until last month when I finally left. And I still work there part-time now and then, because there were 2 Chris's, as well as our owner Chris and his son Chris, a Christy, a Christine, and a Christina. It was just easier to call me Chris O, and I've just been Chris O ever since. How was I first introduced to the series? Back in '04, I remember going to a theater in a little town called Pompton Lakes in New Jersey. They were doing a throwback night, and I think it was George of the Jungle that was online, or on the theater screens. And at the end of the movie, I remember staying through with my best friend, and he and I watched the credits, and we were maybe 2 of the last people to leave. And on the floor in front of me, under the chair, was a copy of the Fire Emblem Game Boy game. And I was really surprised. I'd never had a Game Boy Advance. I didn't even think I wanted one. I was all into the Super Nintendo or N64 or whichever. I still played, Illusions of Gaia and Final Fantasy 3 methodically, or Chrono Trigger methodically. I didn't know what emulators were at the time or whichever. So I picked it up, and the next day I remember going with my dad to Electronics Boutique, and I bought a Game Boy Advance just to play this game I found, and it's been history ever since. Let's see. Ships? I probably have to say just a couple. Vake and Lissa, because a big brother, little sister complex just seems to fit. Donnie and No, because, they're both kind of kids at heart, and I can't really think of anyone else who to pair them up with. Vake, Pan and Lon Q, because I think that 2 people who pretty much hate everything about the other, but then falling for each other out of respect, is pretty cool. And Cordelia and Crom, because it's supposed to happen. Sorry. I think it's fine. No, seriously. I think Sumia and Crom makes a lot of sense. It's pushed, but I don't think it's pushed badly. I think that the others are pushed worse, but I don't think his thing is pushed badly with Sumia. OTPs and OTPs, I really don't have any. I can't really say one way or another. I don't know enough about it. Pretty much if it has to do with Frederick, I'm going to say no, because I don't like him. I know. I'm sorry, Anna. I'm sure I'm going to hear it. Anyway, talk about some of my favorite Fire Emblem headcanons. Part of me thinks that Crom one day took over as a ruler and then handed it over to Lucina, who's kind of in his kingdom as some sort of hidden sister or something, because I really don't see Crom wanting to maintain and take up the responsibility as a king, a leader. He doesn't just seem like he has that personality for it, and I can see him looking for a reason to step down. Maybe one where his older sister Emerin doesn't, you know, in, cave in from Down syndrome or whatever it is that she has. And no, Cordelia and Crom I think makes sense. I'd like to see it happen. Can I get a Bizam on that? Alright. I can't even hear you if you're saying it. Okay, let's move on anyway. Say these names. Your avatar's name. My avatar's name is Elieson. Oh, big shock. If I make him a female, it's Elieson, spelled E-L-L-Y. S-I-N. If it's a boy, E-L-I-E-S-O-N. Crom, Vake. I say Surge, but I know it's Shirsh. Fila, Yarn, Pan, Inigo, Plagia, Elise, Wyvern, Cordelia. I was swallowing there. Lucina, Noir, Priam, Ragna Ferox. I know it's Regna, but I just say Ragna. It's a habit. Yenfei, Owain, Seri. Gods! In Crum's voice. Yeah. My favorite class in class tree, gotta be Pegasus Knight. I've always liked the ability to fly around and do things quick. And Pegasus Knights have javelins and they can carry stuff around, which is pretty cool. Sumia does really well in this game, I think. Cordelia does pretty well in this game, I think. So I think Pegasus Knight is well respected. Plus, he's got Gale Force, and who doesn't like Gale Force? Seriously, who doesn't like Gale Force? Okay, enough about the little rants and flame wars that might be starting up from that. Who's my favorite and least favorite character, and why? My favorite character... Well, let me start. My least favorite character is Kellum, because he just does the whole, oh, nobody notices me, I'm a ghost thing, way too much, and it just gets so old so fast, to the point where on the battlefield, he just sits there and dances around. And even in his ending, he's like, nobody even noticed that he left. It's so overplayed, and it's not even funny to me. I'm sorry, I can't find humor in that. Some of the stereotypes and jokes, I can find entertaining. Not Kellum's, I really can't. My favorite character, probably going to be... that's a tough one. I like Lucina. I really do like her personality. I like her approach to being a normal person in an army full of hope in a non-post-apocalyptic ruined world. I think that she's handling it better than the others, especially the other kids who come back, because the other kids seem to be handling the future more as though it's some kind of place where only their family has done them wrong, or their friends have done them wrong, or aren't there anymore. Lucina kind of looks at it more like, oh no, the whole world is destroyed, and I was in charge of saving it at this point because my dad couldn't do it before, and suddenly I'm not in charge of it, but I still feel like I'm responsible to save the world. It's a lot of pressure, and I think it was well written. I mean, I think it could have been a little bit better, but not to the point where I think it's bad. I think I'd give it an 8.5 out of 10. I think she's really well written. I really like her, Grandmaster outfit too, but that has nothing to do with it because I liked her before I even realized I could marry myself to Crom. My favorite support conversation, probably the Harvest Scramble featuring Muriel and Sumia, where the whole Scooby-Doo thing plays out, because I just really didn't see it coming. It hit me like a brick, and I laughed so hard when I watched it on YouTube before I officially bought the DLC. I actually bought it just so I could get that and see if there were any others like it. It was good. I really liked it. Favorite critical hit line? Probably having female Morgan say something, I can't think of what, or Noir saying blood and thunder, because just no one else does anything crazy quippy like that. Yeah, not female Morgan, I can't even remember it. Noir's Blood and Thunder, hands down. That's it. Favorite confession, character's voice. Um, I think that Basilio's voice is pretty well done. I think Lissa nails the job extremely well of the little kid sister, and I think Owain does fantastic in voicing his hand twitches. So yeah, pretty much the Crom and Lissa, the whole royal family there. Luciana's voice is a little bit but I like Crom and Lissa and Owain really well done, really well done. Favorite confession, gonna have to say Olivia's. I just think it's so cute. Moe desu kawaii. I know. Anything else I'd like to? I'm the Syringe Forest dad. I've been here for a long time. I have a great time on this forum, and I really enjoy playing the whole Fire Emblem series as a whole. I've only played 6 through 10, so I don't have the most experience with it, but I think I've done enough to really become a fan of it. Ray, thanks for doing this and inspiring me to give this a try, and I hope that my video, this being my first, gives others the idea to make it their first. I look forward to doing one of these again. Thanks a lot for listening to this whole thing. Bye.